I just watched the first meeting of the book club doing Hagitude, and I captured a couple of quick reactions in text. But now I wanted to share. So a good part of the conversation was about rage, and I have a different experience, so I felt like a video was a good idea. I was born into a volatile environment, and my dad is prone to rage, and he could blow up pretty easily pretty often, but he also had this fierce love for me and this deep belief that I could do anything, and he really saw me as a savior and a hero, and all of the potential that anyone could achieve. He just gave all of that to me. And so part of his way of balancing out the times of rage was that he would just invest so solidly. And one of the key lessons that he gave me was how to stand in that rage and wield it. And he used to play a little game. It was kind of like how you would wrestle around and have rough play. I had a lot of male cousins and a lot of uncles. There was a lot of rough play. And he would teach me to go toe to toe, mano a mano, and we would pretend punch each other, and we would engage in just randomly kicking each other, and not in an abusive way. It was very safe and playful. And because of growing up with rage as a regular part of my life, it was also a regular tool for me. And a big part of my success in my federal agency was as a consultant in Gen X. I had the opportunity and it was required for me to speak truth to power and to tell baby boomer aged leaders who were predominantly white men that they were wrong, that they were off their rockers, to say things that were hard for them to hear, and to help them adapt to that. And and I did it well. And I actually spent my whole life gathering the rage nearby and metabolizing it into something really clear and coherent, and then using it, like Beth mentioned, righteous anger. I thought of it as righteous rage, gathering that and then channeling it into a really solid statement of, you've done this wrong, you need to do this better. And over the years, I've used it in the workplaces, I've used it with my husband, and very small occasions I've had to use it with Raven. Forrest invited lots of fireworks. He's like my father and I, so there was lots of rage in that relationship too. One of the places where I had the most difficulty with dealing with my rage was when Forrest died. I had a huge amount of fire against people who were bad parents and against boys who were shitty because I knew boys who were very shitty, and why do they get to live when mine didn't? So that was tricky. And the times when I couldn't channel my rage into some kind of social change or directives towards personal change, coaching other people for their change, what I have done is I have physical activities. And when I lived in the woods, I used to regularly go out and just scream bloody murder. But that doesn't always work out if there's people nearby and you're living in town. Another thing I would do is I would take a pillow or a stuffed animal and just bang, bang, bang the pillow against the bed or against the wall. It was always very safe to make sure it wasn't creating property damage. And then once we got to Maine, and I was helping Raven with some rage. You know, it's no longer okay to scream or burn things in a bonfire. We did that too. What we started doing here in Maine is going to the charity shop and getting some china and taking that, you know, real cheap, just easily breakable china into the basement, wearing glasses or goggles, and hurling it at the wall and letting it shatter. And it only takes maybe 5 minutes to really get that out. And I recently, it's been exactly 1 week since my marriage blew up, and I have a stack of 8 small saucers and I have some Sharpies, and I'm going to be, when I'm alone sometime for a couple of hours, I'm going to write some things related to that marriage and the ending of that marriage and on those plates, and I'm going to smash them against the wall, and then I'm going to leave them laying there for as long as I want. And one day I might sweep them up and make a mosaic, or I might just throw them away. It doesn't matter. I'm always careful to be safe, but it really helps to just, you know, to let it out. Okay, love you guys. Thanks, bye.